Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Cask 529. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Shona.
And tonight we're going to basically do a taste test on a Willett straight rye whiskey. It is a rare release, and it comes in at 104.4 proof. This particular rye from Willett is aged in white oak barrels for 4 years, and it's bottled at cask strength. The mash bill on this particular rye is 74% rye, 11% corn, and 15% malted barley. Willett is out of Bardstown, Kentucky, and it's been around since 1936. So, pretty good history. There are some that are a little older out there, but it's not exactly a newcomer to the bourbon industry.
Yep. So I believe this bottle, was it $69.99 here in Ohio?
$69.99. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
It's not, I won't say that it is a allocated bottle, but it's not readily available
release.
either, right?
Yeah. They don't release it all the time.
Correct.
So again, I thought we would continue on with our tasting game.
Absolutely.
Using our bourbon wheel here, tasting wheel. So those who missed the last episode where we used this, Bryan and I will taste this whiskey, and we will try to pick out, what flavors we're tasting in it, and then we will pull up the tasting notes from the distiller's website, or if the distiller doesn't have tasting notes, we'll try to pull them up from another site to get those. And the last time, I have 3 points currently, and you have 1 point currently.
That's correct.
So I know Bryan's gaining to beat me tonight.
I'm looking to close the gap a little bit.
So, here we go.
Okay.
And this is one that neither of us have ever had.
No. You opened this about half hour ago.
Yep.
Poured it.
You smell the heat on your nose, at least I can.
I get a little bit. I don't get it real bad. You would think at 104 proof though, it's going to have a little bit of heat.
Yeah. I'm getting a little bit of sweetness. Trying to look at the board to think what I am. It's probably a little bit of vanilla for sure on the nose.
Really sweet.
It is.
It's hidden underneath the heat, but it is really sweet.
At first, the heat from it obviously kind of got in my eyes a little bit as I was taking a drink, so
Right.
it was hard. I was squinting, trying not to water up. But instantly, as it hit my tongue, the sweetness hit.
I had both those things at one time. Like I had the sweetness and the heat all together.
It has a very distinct taste that I'm trying to pick out here, and I'm struggling. I'm going to probably take another. I can definitely taste.
Did you get this distinct taste? Did you get it on the finish? Mm-hmm. Yeah, It's not a taste I don't know.
Yeah, I do know it. I'm trying to figure out which one it is.
It's really good. There's a lot going on there.
And I'm trying to decide, honestly, if it's more a cinnamon or a black pepper that I'm getting.
The heat?
The heat. I'm heads up.
Okay.
Your tail's up.
Now in the second sip, the heat was much more mild for me. That actually gave me a lot more of the oak, taste, but it was it's hard to describe. It's a really pleasant, soft. It's not an in-your-face.
No, I'm not, like, I do get a little bit of the oak taste as well, but it's definitely not a charred oak. It's more
No.
of just a
Yeah,
soft
I don't
oak
get any
taste.
char. I don't really get any char there at all. The heat is definitely coming from spice. But like I said, it got really mild for me on that second sip.
I'm still trying to figure out where the sweetness is coming from, and I'm leaning more towards a berry. But I'm thinking I'm going to go with cinnamon and not black pepper, because I don't know as if it's black pepper. There's a spice in it somewhere, and I can't distinguish if it's cinnamon or black pepper. I don't know if you're getting any of it or not, but I'm going to go cinnamon. So I got vanilla, because I definitely pick up some vanilla. I'm not picking up any type of candy, but that's me. Like, watch it be full of honey and toffee or something, but I'm not picking that up.
No, and I still have that. I still have that flavor that we had on the first sip, and I know it. I just can't.
You know, I want to go with a black cherry, but there's not a black cherry on here, because it kind of reminds me of that black cherry Breyers ice cream that we used to eat, like that black cherry taste.
Yeah.
That's the aftertaste I keep tasting without, obviously the ice cream. But I'm going to put mine on cherry just because there's not a black cherry here. Because it is, I feel, a form of cherry.
Wow.
I'm going to see if I can get that spice narrowed down, because maybe it's not even either of those, but
See,
you're not getting it?
I do get it, but I don't think that's what it is.
You're right, it's not cinnamon. Spicy, it's rye. It is what it is, it's rye, but I feel like, obviously I'm
I
not...
feel like that's some free points there.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, it's funny because big section on this board under grain, spicy, it's rye. So I don't think what I'm tasting is black pepper or cinnamon. It is probably the rye, but I don't.
Well, and that would make sense because we come in at 74% rye in this mash bill, so it should have an overbearing rye flavor.
It definitely should, but I just don't feel like I can pick that one because I feel like it's...
No, I agree. But the thing is, there's other things contributing to that.
Yeah, so I'm going to move from cinnamon because I don't think it's that. I really taste the vanilla. I don't know if I'm right on the cherry. I'm not tasting nuts. Definitely not getting any floral. I'm
going to take it to butterscotch. that flavor that we can't pinpoint.
Okay.
It's kind of a, no, I'm not either. I'm going caramel, because what I was just going to say is I get a buttery consistency out of it, kind of creamy.
I think I'm going to go with tobacco. And I say that, you know, my dad used to smoke a pipe back when I was little. And my brothers, you know, used to chew. And just the smell, like, I obviously, you know.
I'll go with that, your story. I find it funny when you pick tobacco, because I'm sitting here thinking the one person I know that's never had any tobacco across their lips is picking tobacco. But you should be familiar with smells
Right.
from tobacco.
Yes. Well, I mean,
That doesn't count.
no, what I was going to say is I'm allergic to bees. So when I grow up, if you got stung by a bee,
Tobacco juice.
they would they would moisten tobacco to help draw the stinger out and the poison. And so I'm quite familiar with what like tobacco smells like. So I really feel like I'm picking up some of that, and I'm sure it's probably not in the tasting notes, but I'm picking up some of that. What are you thinking? You can't pick rye because I didn't.
Well, and
because
that's-
otherwise I'm going to move mine to rye too. That's an easy point.
That's what I was thinking here too, is the sweetness, corn and malt, and we have both of those in the mash bill.
You know, we tasted, I think it was our last episode that we did, we did the Woodford Reserve batch release.
Batch
Masters,
proof.
batch proof, yeah.
proof.
And it was so full of flavor. It was, I'm picking up the tobacco again. So full of flavor that we needed more pennies.
Right.
This one,
I'm having a hard time using my pennies.
this one though, very flavorful,
Yeah.
but it's the consistent notes you're picking up each time. You know, at $69.99, yeah, it was a great buy. I'm enjoying this. As you can tell, I've almost finished it. I think you did good picking that one up.
I think that was a good find. And I know the question's probably going to come later. I hate to jump ahead, but I would buy it again. I don't think we'll probably ever see it again, but I would buy it again. If you think back to the ryes we've had,
Which we've only had 3 other ones.
but it's right up there with those. And if you remember, we pretty much enjoyed all those.
Yeah, I'm finding that I really enjoy ryes
Yeah,
because this one is very good. I would like to, I know that you picked Weller, the weeded Weller, as your number 1 the other day when we were doing a blind tasting. I would actually like to find 3 other weeded bourbons sometime to do like a weeded bourbon, because I'm liking these different ones.
That flavor.
Yeah, the different grains that are used. It makes a big difference, I'm finding. So you got 1 penny left. Where are you going to put it? And it's okay if you want to put them on the same ones as me. I mean,
No. You actually, I was been thinking about this whole time. You were on cinnamon earlier. I'm going to go to black pepper.
Okay.
The more I sip on it, the more of that sensation I get. And like we said earlier, there's an oak taste there, but there's not really a char.
No, there's not a char. So, final answers?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll lock my answers in.
You lock them in. Let's pull them up then.
It's kind of exciting to have brought the rye flavors into play for us.
It is. Okay, so on the nose, I know that, we're not really using the nose, but I'll go ahead and read that. It says a beautiful layering of brandied cherry over a mildly tart cherry. It opens up with thyme, with cinnamon and baking spices with just a hint of oak to remind you of high proof youthful. On the palate, a robust rye, which we obviously we were getting that. A dark cherry.
I think you actually said dark cherry.
Well, no, I said black cherry.
Black cherry.
But it's still cherry.
Yeah.
Cherry's cherry.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm not disputing that.
Burnt vanilla
Yep.
and spices for days. It's a delicious rye with a weighty mouthfeel. The finish is long and the spices dominate the batch, which absolutely they do. While the cherry does punch its way through the surface. So it was definitely cherry.
Yep.
So cherry and vanilla. And cinnamon was on the nose though, not
Right, on the nose.
not anything else. So looks like I got 2.
You did. You got Go ahead, say it. Say it.
So
I can just see it.
It's like 5-1 now?
Yeah, 5-1. Yep, you're right.
All right. And no tobacco though.
No tobacco. I can't believe you missed that one.
So I failed greatly with the tobacco. However, if anybody has ever tasted this and they picked up some tobacco, please let me know.
Definitely.
Comment
Yeah,
that yes.
Please let Shona know that she was right with tobacco.
So later this week, I know that you was hoping that I would forget about this, but we had done an episode, and I forget which one it was, but I had asked everybody to comment if they would like to see a bourbon barrel cab wine blind tasting. And I rooted on a few of my friends to make those comments, so there were comments.
In fact, I think all the comments came from your friends.
That's okay. I got them though. So while I was up north, I picked up one of my favorite bourbon barrel cabs, and I need to pick up 3 more, but plan on later this week doing some wine tasting.
I can't wait.
I didn't figure you could. All right.
So, with that being said, I don't know why I go sit in the corner and dread later this week. Because to me, there's nothing worse than dry wine. Nothing. Maybe I could think of some things, but we can't talk about them here. Anyway, if you should happen to stumble across a bottle of Willett Rye, rare release, and if $69.99 is in your budget for such a bottle, it's definitely worth the money in our opinion.
Yes. We would definitely buy it again.
Yes, it's full of flavor. It's very easy on the palate, I would say. I mean, it wasn't overbearing in any way. So definitely check that out. And as always, if you're local and you want to check it out, give us a holler and we'll do a little tasting. But I think with that all being said, hit the subscribe button if you would please, and the like button. And we'll see you guys again next time.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.